Bum 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 ba ba da ba. Ba 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 da ba. Ba 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 da ba da ba. Oh. You're invading my home. Well, this is not actually my house. This is a place I'm squatting. There's some pretty lights. It's festive. I'm probably going to be filming this after Christmas, so, a bit late. This is not a Christmas movie anyways, even though technically it does take place partly during Christmas season, because the movie takes place throughout the entire year. I'm talking, of course, about not the movie you're thinking about, a movie that came out several years ago. The Peanuts movie. No, not the story of Mr. Peanut and his legacy and his origins. Peanuts as in the comic strip Peanuts. Charlie Brown, and all them folks. So, you may have forgotten, but several years ago, there was a CGI Peanuts movie brought to us by Sony Animation Pictures. I think it was them. I could look, but, lazy cat, we've gone over this. They produced the Peanuts movie, which is coming out way after the death of its author, Charles Schulz, and was supervised by some of his kids and friends and family, and, it's actually shockingly good and pretty respectful. And it feels like, in my opinion, kind of a good finale for Peanuts as a franchise and concept in totality, because, well, it's the story that you never thought would happen. It is the story of Charlie Brown's final one, probably the only one in his life, the time he actually got a win. A true win. Why is that important? Because Charlie Brown is the kid hated by God and all entities in creation. His entire life is getting his shit kicked out of him by circumstances, his friends, etc., etc. That was the premise of the entire strip for years. I'm exaggerating, of course, for humor, but you get the point. So the idea of Charlie Brown actually getting a one real true win, that is your stopping point for the story. That is the true ending point. It's where it should end. That is the appropriate ending spot. So for me, as far as I'm concerned, this is the finale of Charlie Brown and Peanuts as a concept, as a franchise, right here. So, it sounds like I liked the movie. I did. It's actually pretty good. It's charming. It's actually funny, too. It is a quick look at a year in Charlie Brown's life where he is pining for the red-headed girl, which is a commonality in a lot of the other Charlie Brown animated specials and the comics and whatnot. I'm not going to get into that continuity because that's a sticky wicket that I don't feel like indulging in. Sticky wicket is still a good term. God, I'm old. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Death. It's following a year in the life of Charlie Brown as he pines over the redheaded girl and has repeated things throughout the year where he's trying to either impress her or get on her good side or do a good thing for her. And, Charlie Brownisms occur and things go pear-shaped. Of course they do, because that's how these comics go. You also have Snoopy, his lovable dog sidekick, who is sometimes really an asshole to him in the comics and the family specials. Here, they strike a good balance to where he's a little naughty, but actually a loving companion pet for his master. It's cute. You have Woodstock, who is Snoopy's life partner, I guess, however you want to look at that. And Snoopy has a side mission plot to where, when he's not interacting with Charlie Brown for the main storylines, he's having his own adventures as trying to shoot down the Red Baron. And this is where I'm going to get into what this movie looks like. This movie is very, very pretty with a very distinct visual style. They smartly do not try to replicate the old look of the cartoons or the comic strip, really. They go for a nice, textured, multi-layered approach to where the characters will be semi-2D flat, with textures on top of them, and then, parts of them will be 3D in their design and shape work. It's Sony Animation Studios. These guys did Spider-Verse later. They now that I've seen this, and this came out before that, this feels like a big testing ground for a lot of things they would do later in those films. So the movie looks damn pretty. Everything has a wonderful, nice texture to it. The effects are great. It looks really, really good. And the animators get to flex real hard in all the aerial action scenes between the planes with Snoopy trying to shoot down the Red Baron and all that stuff. Because the kids in the 2020s are really going to connect with a dog having fantasies about being a World War I fighter pilot. For kids. Anywho, I digress. Yes. I won't spoil exactly what happens, but this is the story of Charlie Brown's one final win, his true win. And honestly, it's a charming, heartfelt little film. The characters act appropriately. The comedy's good. It's paced shockingly fast, which honestly, I always found most of Charlie Brown specials kind of slow in general. This thing's a mile a minute nearly, but it doesn't break your neck with the pacing. It's just fast. You can follow it. It's a good pace. You're not struggling to keep up. It's not just a big bunch of white noise like a lot of kids' movies can be. It's good. Keeps your attention. Doesn't wait and doesn't drag. I appreciate that a lot. So yeah, I give this a big recommendation. Even if you're not a fan of Charlie Brown, this is a really solid animated film. Not just a kids' movie. This is a one for everyone can enjoy. If you have any idea of what Charlie Brown is, so you know you are probably a parent to children who the children don't know what's happening, don't worry about them. If they should not be watching this anyways. You should not be if you are under a certain age group, you should not be interacting with me whatsoever. Go away. Bye bye. Go. Go yell at your parents for letting you get in front of the TV when I'm on it. But if you are someone who has any attachment to Charlie Brown, you should really enjoy this movie. I think it's actually really, really good, respectful, a good time. Recommended. One of the better films I saw this entire year. So, it is the holidays. I'm going to refrain from doing anything completely horrible to the owner of this house. I'm going to be a good kitty and go hide under the Christmas tree and just claim that area as my territory until January 1st when the Christmas tree gets pitched out the window and I have to go run it back into the night to haunt the next house I'm going to squat in. As the cat way. Bye bye. We just say aloha. Bye bye. Go get